Hello everybody and welcome to today's live session. My name's Heather Murdoch and I'm looking forward to taking you through all the questions that you've got today and finding the answers that you need. Where I can't find the answers, I'll make sure that you've got the next steps to go through so that you know where to go to get the answers to be able to then move forward with your business. So I put an hour aside every Wednesday morning between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. GMT so that you can ask all the questions that you would like about Ezoic, your data, the wider publishing space, and any concerns that you've got at the moment or any advice that you're looking for as well. If you look at either Facebook or YouTube that you're watching this on, you can then ask any questions that you would like in the comments section. They drop into a screen that I've got and I can then read them out and then get the answers for you. Hey Happy Kid, it's lovely to have you here today. So before we get started, what I'd like to do is just take you through a couple of things that we've got coming up in this next week. So later on today at 12 p.m. GMT, we've got a Q&A around Google Ad Manager MCM. So if you are having any problems with getting your ad manager approved, either at a overall level, an account level, or at a status level, do join us for that live session today. If you can't make it, do let us know your questions in the thread here. What we'll do is we'll read them out as part of that live session and make sure you've got the answers when you watch it on playback. Also, what we've got coming up on the Ezoic YouTube Live is next week how to increase your Ezoic revenue with the traffic that you have. So that's looking at what traffic you've got currently in coming into your site and focusing on what you can do within your Ezoic dashboard or your Ezoic setup to be able to get more money from that traffic. And what we'll do is we'll do a mirror of that session in a couple of weeks' time after that, and we'll looking at what traffic you've got and your Ezoic dashboard setup and focusing on leaving the Ezoic dashboard setup the way it is and then focusing on what steps you can take to grow your traffic and then also grow your revenue with that as well. So if you haven't already, I do recommend subscribing to the Ezoic YouTube channel. It then notifies you of any new sessions that we've got coming in, and you can click on this notify me button and you'll get a notification at the scheduled start time to let you know that we're going live. We really love you to join us on these sessions. It's great for us to be able to spend time with you and to be able to get the answers that you need. So we've got a couple of questions coming in. Thank you so much. I'll go to the questions now. So Happy Kid has said, so my website ad domain status is not approved. Ezoic has approved the domain though. Okay, for this site, Happy Kid, do you know what reason Google has given you for denying the site? And then I can talk you through what steps might be the best next thing to do for you, and we'll get some answers for you so that you can get those changes made and then get that site resubmitted to Google. Harib Flash Hints has said, hi Harib, welcome to today's session. Thank you so much for joining me. If you do have any questions, do let us know in the comments. I'd love to be able to help you today. So Headway Fashion has said, hi, I want to ask about why Google is showing my homepage URL instead of my post URL. Oh, I'm not sure on that one. Could you talk me through, Headway Fashion, what you're typing into Google to be able to get that up, and then I can take a look at that for you. It might just be the way that you're putting in the search query into Google rather than there's any issues with your site, but do let me know and I can take a look at that for you. So Happy Kid has said, Google served ads on screen without publisher content. That's the reason. Okay, no problem. This is actually quite an easy one to fix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a article for you and then I'll be right back. So bear with me. I'll just switch the microphone off just so you can't hear me typing away and I'll be right back, Happy Kid. Okay, happy kids. So I've popped in an article there into the comments section, so you'll be able to bookmark that and find that later. And what it is an article from Ezoic about how to disable ads on a page. So what I would recommend doing is first of all adding in things like your privacy policy, contact us page, about us page, into that app to prevent ads from showing on those pages, and then check through the rest of your website just to see if there is any pages on your site that has really low content on it. For example, you might have like a directory that doesn't have any sort of content on it as such. Might just have a couple of links, and that might be seen by Google as not having publisher content on it. So once you've done that, make sure you clear your cache at a device level, and then go into an incognito browser, and then just double check that those pages don't have any ads showing, and then resubmit your site to Google, and hopefully that should then resolve the issue. What happens when Google does the testing is it does send out bots to take a look at your site and sees where ads could be served, so that in itself could be causing the issue. If you do have any concerns after you've worked through that process, if you're an Access Now publisher, do reach out to us on community. Level 1 or above, do reach out to our team through either live chat or tickets, and we'll then be able to help you with the next suggested steps. So Harib has said, I'm always getting rejected by MCM. Please can you help me review for any improvement? Yes, certainly. So bear with me. Let me see if I can get your site up. One moment, Harib. Okay, Headway Fashion. Just to let you know, I've typed that phrase into Google, and everything on the first page is coming up with a URL directly to the website page. If you can let me know the name of your domain, if you're happy to share that, and then I can take a look at that for you in more detail. At the moment, I'm not able to identify that website. And so, yeah, if you can let me know, I can then take a look at that further for you. Okay, so we'll move on to our next question. This is from Trust News. So Trust News says, my website is pending Ezoic review for 3 weeks. Domain status is also disapproved for site navigation reason. And you've given your domain name. That's great. Thank you. Bear with me. What I'll do is I'll just take a look at that for you, Trust News, and come right back. Bear with me. Apologies, I've got messages coming through that there's no sound. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Perfect. Thank you, Emmanuel. I think what's happening is because I'm going backwards and forwards between the live stream and checking things out. It's dropping out. So bear with me. What I'll do is I'll switch my microphone off and on when I come back, and that might then get it set up. So bear with me on that one, folks. Okay, so I'm looking into Trust News question now about the Ezoic site pending review. What I'll do, Trust News, is I'll let our team know that you have been waiting, and I'll ask them to take a look at your site for you today if they can. What's really important is checking into your into your email inbox, and just making sure that you haven't got an email from our team, either from your main inbox or it might have gone into your spam folder. Sometimes what can happen is our team can reach out to you asking questions about your site to get more clarification, and they need that information before they're then able to review your site. So it's worth checking that first. And if you have an email from our team replying to them, and that they might be able to get that resolved for you. In terms of the site navigation reason from Google, I'll get you an article on that one, and that article will walk you through the steps that you need to do to improve that, and then you can resubmit your site to Google. So bear with me, everyone. I'm going to go to another tab, which might cut out the sound, but I'll come back to you in just a moment. So please do bear with me. I won't be too long. Hi folks, I'm back. I hope you can hear me okay. So here's the article which talks you through how to fix the issues around navigation. So do bookmark that, take a look at it and work through those steps. Trust News, and once you've done that, you can then reapply to Google. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So the next question is from Tafada Shoko. Greetings, Heather. Greetings, Tafada. Thank you so much for joining me today. The question is, please, if you may assist, I've recently joined Ezoic with my site and I have set up ad placeholders. If you can, please check for me everything is set up correctly. Thank you. Yeah, certainly, no problem at all. What I'll do is I'll open that site in another tab, so that everybody else can see it. Tafada, please can you confirm if you're happy for me to show your site on this screen, so it will appear where the sort of MCM screen is now, so everybody will be able to see it. It will just be your website, so I won't show everyone your Ezoic dashboard. If you're happy for me to do that, let me know, and I can talk everybody through what I'm seeing, and that will help yourself and everyone else as well. So do let me know, and we'll go from there. So we've got our next question that's come in from Narintha Karishima. Thank you so much for joining me today. Narintha has said, setting optimization goal to revenue focus will affect the SEO negatively. Potentially. And what's happening when you switch the revenue focused optimization goal on, you're telling the AI that making money is the most important thing to you, and that by doing that, what happens is the AI puts ads on your website page with 60% of the focus being on getting revenue for your site and just 40% on your user experience metrics. So your user experience metrics are things like your bounce rate, your time on site, number of pages that are viewed. When your user experience metrics drop, that can be a signal to Google that this site isn't giving the readers the answers that they're looking for, and so can drop your website down the SERP rankings. So it's always a balance with revenue in terms of, do you want to put all your focus on revenue and just make as much money as you can in the short term, or are you looking to build up a really healthy site that you can then keep growing and keep building on, and will potentially get more revenue in the long run? Because obviously the more Google's seeing that your readers are staying on your website page for longer and not bouncing off, the more likely you are to move up the SERP results, because Google wants to send you more traffic. And obviously the higher you are in the SERP results, the more likely someone is going to click on your site. So I'd be very careful about thinking about moving to a revenue focused optimization goal. We do have a different button, which is the maximize your website revenue button. And if you're looking to earn more money, what I would recommend doing is pressing that and keeping your optimization goals either on balanced or user experience focused. This way that you're telling the system, switch everything on that's going to earn me the most money. But from a data point of view, I want you to focus on user experience metrics. And this way you'll get the best balance between everything that's happening on your site. So I hope that helps, Navintha. If you do have any follow-up questions, do let me know. Bear with me. Thank you, Harib. So Harib has sent over the name of their website. So I'm just going to go back to that question and then I'll come back to you all. So bear with me. Hi, Harib. Apologies, I'm just not able to bring that site up at the moment. So what I would recommend doing is going to the community and just copying and pasting your question over there. From there, I'll be able to access your Ezoic account and be able to give you a detailed answer on what's happening. So apologies for that. I'm just not able to get that site up at the moment. So Harib has followed up saying, I always get rejected with not enough content and I have over 35 posts. No problem. So what we recommend is having at least 50 posts that have a minimum of 800 to 1,000 words within those posts. And that way, that should be enough content from Google's point of view to be able to give you to give your site a thorough check over and to be able to understand the quality of the work that you're putting out and whether Google is happy to put ads on there. So what I would recommend doing, Harib, is if you go to the Ezoic YouTube channel, take a look at our live learning around ChatGPT, and I'll put that chat there so that you can go back to it. That will help you to understand how you can use ChatGPT to increase the volume of content that you've got on your site and do it in a way that's going to give you really valuable content for your readers and that Google's going to see as valuable as well. If you do have any questions after you watch that webinar, do head over to community and let us know. I'd love to help you more with that. So Dark has said, so what are the requirements for Ezoic Premium and can the cost for it be deducted from the revenue accrued on Ezoic? So that's a really good question, Dark. So I'll answer the second question first. So yes, absolutely. If you're on a year or a multi-year contract, you can have the revenue paid from earnings. That's no problem at all. In terms of the requirements for Ezoic Premium, I can let you know that you need to have a minimum amount of revenue of $31 over 30 days. After that, I'm just not able to say what the requirements are because I myself don't know. The premium team obviously know, and they have programmed the AI for what they're looking for. And what happens with the AI, it's partly about a sort of human element in terms of what the premium team are looking for, and partly about the AI system checking through sites and understanding that, yes, this site is going to make a profit with premium, and so we'll then invite them to premium. We don't ever invite any site to premium that isn't going to benefit from it in terms of a financial point of view. So how do you get to premium when you don't know what the parameters are? This is really difficult, isn't it? So what I would recommend doing is first of all making sure that you're using all the tools within the Ezoic dashboard. So that's things like Flickerfy, Humix, Niche IQ, topics in particular. And the reason for that, that's going to really help you to be able to use lots of different ad types, obviously using video ads, which may help you with premium, being able to see that you are a good fit, but also it's going to help you get better user experience metrics on your site and also get more traffic to your site as well. Niche IQ topics, using that to create content, is then going to enable you to create content for keywords that people are already looking for, and it's going to help you create a wide variety of content as well. So partly what the AI is doing is checking what niche of traffic you have coming to your website, because certain advertisers are looking for very specific niches of traffic, and that is what is the key thing in terms of premium. It's not just about the volume of traffic that you've got to your site, although that does play a part. It's about the niches of traffic that you've got coming to your site. And so the more content that you have on your site and the better user experience metrics that you've got, and the more variety of content that you have on your site around your particular niche, that helps you to be seen as a good fit for premium. So I hope that helps, Dark. If you do have any follow-up questions, do let me know. Matthew Soto. Hi, Matthews. Thank you so much for joining us again today. So Matthews has asked, hi, do Anchor ads perform better than other ad units? Typically, yes. So we recommend always having Anchor ads on. And the reason for that is that Anchor ads can add up to a 70% additional boost to EPMV. So if I go to these YouTube. I've actually got a short on this, so bear with me. I will get that for you and then pop it into the chat so you can look back at that afterwards. Okay, bear with me. I'll just make sure that's gone through, and then I'll move on to the next question. Yeah, that's gone through. So let's, so Defadza has given us permission to take a look at their site. So I'll just bring that up and bear with me. I'm just going to switch my microphone off, everyone. So I'm still here, but just so I'm not typing and it's coming through to you folks. So bear with me. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back. I've got Defada's site up, and just to recap on the question, so Defada was asked if their ad placeholders are all set up and if I can check that for them. So let's take a look. So I'm going to switch on the privacy policy. So one things I've noticed here, Defada, is that you do have two privacy policies. So what I would do is just double check that on your site and just make sure everything's okay. What I'm also seeing is what looks like AdSense ads pulling through. So what I would recommend doing is going to your Ezoic dashboard and just making sure that you've got your Ezoic traffic on 100%, because it might be that you've got it on 90%, and so only 90% of your traffic is running through Ezoic, which is impacting your revenue. So if I switch on the Chrome extension and I'll activate the placeholders, what this then does is switch on all the ad placeholders on this site. So I'm on the home page at the minute. So what I'm seeing here is you've got the AI placeholders on the home page. Just got a bottom of page actual placeholder. So we've got an AA placeholder that's in the wrong place here to Fadza. So what I would recommend if you ever see this is click on the downward arrow and click don't show on this page and then click OK. That removes that placeholder from your home page. It can take up to 24 hours for it to pull through and change, but it will mean that it's not on there anymore going forward. And we'll just take a look at this page here just to see a actual website content page and see what's going on. So let's take a look at this. So the important ad placeholders to have on your site is top of page, under page title, under first paragraph, under second paragraph, and then the sidebar ad placeholders, because those are the ones that are going to make you most money. So what I'm seeing here is you've got a top of the page one, which is fantastic, but we then jump straight to an under second paragraph rather than an under page title. There's no under first paragraph, and we would expect the under second paragraph one to be here. What I'm also seeing from the sidebar is we don't have a top of top sidebar. We don't have a middle sidebar. We just go straight to a sidebar bottom. And there's no sidebar floating ad placeholder underneath here either. So sidebar floating is a really good ad placeholder to help you earn additional revenue without impacting on your user experience metrics, because it just sits in this white space here as you scroll down the page. So it doesn't have any impact on the reader's user experience. It sits off to the side. Now, what I would recommend doing, Scholarly Africa, is taking a look at the flow of your ad placeholders. And to do this, you need to go to your top landing page. So after today's session, if you go to your big data analytics and put your calendar to the last 30 days, click on content and then pages, and then open up the top sort of 3 to 5 pages that you've got to your site, and then just work through each of these ones to be able to update the ad placeholders. So you've got the top of the page one here, and what you do to change this one, for example, to under page title is if you click on the downward arrow, click edit, and then click on under second paragraph, change it to under page title, and then click save, that will then change this particular ad placeholder to under page title. And the way the ad placeholders work is that all ad placeholders that are ad placeholder 123 is now going to show up as under page title. And what we recommend doing is you start off with your website pages that get you the most traffic, and this way you can then make sure that those pages that are getting the most traffic are the ones that are then going to have the best setup. When you make the change, it will pull through to all ad placeholders on your website that is under page title 123. So once you've set up the first page, you should find that there's only very small changes that you need to make on the other pages as well. So I hope that helps, Tafada. Okay, so let's move on to our next question here. So Emmanuel has asked, one of my site was approved by Ezoic team recently. Google did not approve the domain because of low value content. No problem, Manuel. What I would recommend doing for this is, first of all, making sure that you've got at least 50 articles that have between 800 to 1,000 words within them. And then what I would do from there is I'll get you an article. I've got it up on my site currently, so bear with me. I'll just get you to the right anchor to drop you straight into that. I'm going to send you over a link into the comments. If you bookmark that and save that for later, that anchor will drop you right into the section which talks about how to improve your site to get approved. Because previously you've been disapproved because of low value content. And do remember, everybody, for today's session at 12 o'clock, we do have a Google Ad Manager MCM session at 12 o'clock today, and then we can take a look at that. So Hariva said, please share the link for the community. Yes, certainly, no problem at all. So bear with me. I'll get that for you, and I'll send that over to you now. I apologise. I've tried a number of different ways of getting your site up, and I'm just not able to bring it up, unfortunately. So yeah, if you can ask us in community, I've popped the link in there. We can certainly take a look at that for you and get the answers that you need. Sadaka said, all right, second question, which would you personally recommend, revenue or balanced focus for the ad settings? That's a really good question. And again, it depends on what you're looking to achieve with your website and what your goals are for your site. I personally, if you're in a sort of growth mode of your site, if you're just starting out, focus on balanced revenue for the majority of the year, and only at peak times, so the 2 weeks before Black Friday and the 2 weeks before Christmas, would I then switch it over to revenue focus. Those times of year, there's so many advertisers out there wanting to put ads on a website page, and people are in buying mode, and so from that, your readers aren't going to be too impacted by the ads on the page. What you may want to do, depending on how much time you've got, is to be quite strategic about the revenue focused as well on top of that. So say, for example, you're really close to getting to level 1, and you've already got the traffic, but you just need to be able to get the revenue to be able to move you to level 1. And if you folks saw the YouTube session that I did with Audrey, a level 1 to level 3 publisher success manager last week. So let me just get that up for you. So this one here. You'll know that once you get to level 1 with Ezoic, you get a lot of additional benefits and a lot of additional support that you don't get access now. So what you might decide is, okay, I know I've got the traffic, let me put up the revenue the optimization goals to revenue focus for 30 days, just to get me over that $50 to then move me up to level 1, and then you can drop it back down to balanced focus, and then this way you can get the additional support that you need to then be able to get that revenue back up there in other ways as well. So I hope that helps, Dark. If you do have any follow-up questions, do let me know. So Emmanuel says, if someone copies my site without my knowledge and I submit my site for Google approval, will it be flagged as scraped content? Yes, it will. It's possible that somebody could have scraped your website blogs. What you can do is, if you do have a concern around that, if you're a Access Now publisher, write into us on community. If you're a level 1 or higher, do open a live chat or a ticket, and what we can do is we can take a look at that for you and see what's going on there, just so that you can understand what's happening and the next steps to fix that. So Happy Kid has said, I'm sure my comment has been blacklisted. Hassie Web, please take a look. Bear with me, Happy Kid. Let me see if I can find your last comment. I haven't seen it coming through, but maybe it's got lost when there was sound issues, so bear with me. Okay. So I think your question was around ad domain status and Ezoic approval, and that Google served ads on screen without publisher content. So I answered that earlier, and that was about the how can I disable ads on a page article. So what I would recommend doing is, let me just bring that up. Let me see if I can click this. So there we go. So if I click on both of those links, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, you'll be able to see that. Happy Kid, you're on YouTube, so I'll leave the YouTube one up there. So if you go to that article, you can then disable ads on pages like privacy policy, about us, and any other pages where you think you've got low value content, and then you can resubmit that website to Google, and that should resolve the issues you're seeing, Happy Kid. Okay, bear with me. So Trust News has said, hi, sure, do check on my website. Bear with me, I just need to scroll back just to see what that relates to. So with your site, Trust News, I've what I'll do is, after today's session, I'll go through to your setup specialist and ask them to take a look at your site. In terms of the site being disapproved for site navigation, I've popped an article in the chat. Let me just bring it up there for you. Let me see if I can find it. Bear with me, just scrolling back just to get the right right anchor for you, just to drop just so you get dropped back into the article in the right right place. So if you Trust me, if you go to this article that I'm putting into the comments here, that will walk you through how to look at your website from a navigation point of view. I'll pop that up on the screen there so everyone can see it, and you'll be able to work through those steps there. Okay, so Matthews has asked, is the cache hit rate supposed to be increasing or declining? How often does the cache hit rate increase? So it's a really good question. So with your cache hit rate, what you're looking for is, you're looking for it to be in the green. So that's somewhere between sort of 82 and 100. You definitely don't want it to be at 100, because what that means is that you're not producing any new content and no new readers are coming to your site to request that that website page from the cache. So in terms of increasing or declining, what you'll find is the cache hit rate fluctuates quite a bit. So one day it might be at sort of 85, the next day it might be at 79, then back up to 82. And what's happening here is that on the date it drops down to 79, you might have got an influx of traffic from a new area that hasn't been to your website before, or you might have released new content. Which will then mean that the AI, if you've got the CDM manager set up, will then clear that cache for you automatically, which will have an impact on your cache hit rate. So what I'll do is I'll get a couple of articles and I'll pop them into the chat there, Matthews, which can help you understand how to analyze your cache hit rate and what the next steps are to do. So bear with me. Again, I'll just mute my microphone and then I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I hope you can all hear me. So just to let you know, I've put a article in the chat there, whether on YouTube or Facebook, it will come through to you, which is about how to improve your cache hit rate. So it's worth bookmarking that and taking a look. Having a strong cache hit rate can mean that your Core Web Vitals scores improve, that ads in terms of speed of loading can improve as well. So it's really important to get that right. Okay, Sadaka said, no further questions. Thank you for your insights. No problem at all. Thank you for joining me today. So Hariba said, okay, what does it mean when MCM replied with not enough content? Also, I have 35 articles, that's over 1,000 words per post. So if Google has said there's not enough content, what I would recommend doing, Harib, is putting another sort of 15 to 20 articles into your website that has at least 1,000 words within it, and then reapplying to Google from there. So what I'll do is I'll reshare. I'm not sure through. I'll reshare the the YouTube video, apologies, the YouTube video about ChatGPT. If you bookmark that and take a look at that afterwards, that talks you through how you can use ChatGPT as a tool to then be able to get more content written for your site and do it in a way that's going to give you really valuable content for you as a publisher, and then also for your readers as well, and then also that Google is going to see that content as valuable. So take a look at that. If you do have any follow-up questions, please do let me know in community. I'd love to help you further with that. Okay, well, thank you all so much for all your questions today. Apologies for the issues with the sound. What was happening there is the broadcast was cutting off when I was going to the other screen. So thank you for bearing with me on that one. So we don't have any more questions that have come in. So I'll close for today. Do remember that we've got another live session later today at 12 p.m. GMT, so just in a couple of hours time, which is all about Google MCM getting your account approved as also as getting your domain approved as well. So if you would like to have your website shown live as part of that and us to give you live advice, do head over to this link in community. I'll pop that in the chat there so that you can take a look at that. And what we can then do is bring your website up onto the screen and talk you through all the different suggestions and next steps that we recommend you take. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a really great week. Take care, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.